Chris Ritchie with the Jackson Kayak fishing team, and I want to share a couple of tips with you to help make your trip on the river a little more enjoyable and maybe a little safer. So one that's really important that not a lot of people realize is the back paddle stroke is just as valuable as the forward paddle stroke, especially in current. So let's say you're in some current that's moving a little faster than you would like and you've got an obstacle coming up on you. One of the things that I always do, contrary to what is natural to you, is I will steer the boat by paddling backwards. And a lot of people I see them paddling through it, which is fine at times, but if the water's moving a little too fast, that can get you in a tricky situation. So remember, a little bit in reverse is a lot more than a lot of paddling in forward whenever you're in current. So the reverse paddle stroke is more, I guess, more bang for your buck than the traditional paddle stroke. And then next would be to trust your boat. Trust the stability of your boat, especially these Jackson Kayaks, this Mayfly here. They are more stable than most people realize. So if you're coming up on an obstacle, you don't get nervous, don't get spooked by it. Don't worry about, I need to position myself perfectly. Yes, that does help, but you don't need to worry about falling over. You don't need to worry about tipping over. Stay in the boat, stay stable. And that brings me to my next point is whenever and it's inevitable, especially whenever these rivers are lower like this, it's inevitable that you're gonna have either a rock or a boulder or a tree or whatever underneath the water that you're gonna run up on. And so I see this all the time guiding and whatnot, and just seeing people on the river where they will tense up, or they'll get a little afraid and they'll lean or whatever, and that's really what gets people wet most of the time is the overreaction. What you need to do is stay upright and keep your hips and your head center. Where your head goes, your body goes, and where your hips go, your head tends to follow. And so keeping your hips and your head in a straight line, no matter what your boat's doing, is what's going to keep you up and in the boat and not tipped over, turtled. That's never a fun place to be. And so last, I would say, this is probably the most important thing that people just blow off, but it's definitely important, is a PFD that is comfortable and that fits you right. You want a PFD that cinches up good on the sides, that cinches up good on the shoulders, and you don't want it uncomfortable or cutting off circulation or anything like that. You just want it snug. And yes, people say it's hot. It's really not hot. It's hot outside. You're going to be hot regardless. So it's one of those things that you need to buck up, put it on, get comfortable, get used to it. I wear mine all the time. Even after I get off the river, I don't even notice I have it on anymore. So, and I'm a bigger guy, so I'm naturally hot, right? So we can push through it, right? We can push through for the greater good. It sets the example for everyone around us to be safe. And the last thing we want to see is another kayak drown, or another kayaker drown. That's the last thing we want to see. We don't want to see anybody get hurt doing the sport that we love. So everyone stay safe out there, and thank you for your time.